How's it going, everybody? Thanks for coming back. When you're off grid, you got to do a lot of stuff on your own. You got to be a mechanic, you got to be a plumber, and there is a wasp on the camera. Yikes. Yellow jackets haven't been horrible this year, but they're definitely around. They're no fun. Anyway, when you're off grid and you're homesteading, you've got to be a mechanic, plumber, electrician, home maintenance, all that stuff. Today we're going to clean the chimney. Welcome to Hidden Valley Homestead, where my wife Olivia and I escaped the city to homestead our off-grid property in Idaho. This is our journey. So every year we have to clean our chimney, the chimney flue. Man, that yellow jacket just won't leave me alone. So there was a discussion online about what kind of woods we have and how often you should, how bad certain types of woods are for your chimney flue, the creosote buildup and whatnot. Leave a comment in the bottom if I'm out of line on any of this stuff. You guys go ahead and leave a comment and set me straight. But from what I've learned in my experience, and with some comments on some people that have been doing this for a long time, is that your sappy woods will definitely build up a little more creosote, but as long as your fire is nice and hot and you're not burning a lot of wet wood, then it shouldn't be a problem. Even if you're burning pine, so you have your light woods. There's softer woods that don't put out as much BTUs, not as dense. You have your tamarack and you have your redwood or your Douglas fir. Those are your best woods as far as your soft woods are concerned. We don't have any oak or hickory or walnut or anything like that we can burn that grows up here in the inland northwest. So we have to use pine and fir. So your white pines and whatnot are definitely your softer, lighter woods, and they burn nice and hot. But as long as they're dry, and you clean your flue once a year, you should be good to go. So anyway, we're gonna clean the flue today. Show you what I did, save some money. Most of your chimney sweep guys around in the area are anywhere from $200 to $300 to come up and do your roof. Now, if you've got a super steep pitched roof, I would recommend hiring one of those guys all day long. But if you guys can see my roof right there, that's about a 412 pitch. You can easily walk on that. And this section right up here is pretty flat, so I can walk on that with some nice grippy rubber soled tennis shoes. I am still going to tie off. I'm going to show you my safety harness with my safety rope just to be safe. I'm going to get up there on the ladder and we're going to clean out that flue. I bought one of these kits on Amazon where I can clean my own flue because I can walk up here on my roof. It's not that steep, so let's get after it. I'll show you the kit. All right, guys, here's the kit that I've used the last couple of years, and it's worked really good. I think I paid about 80 bucks for this online from Amazon. And it's got a poly style tip head that's abrasive, so that it will scour the inside of your stovepipe. And it works really good. This is meant to go in a power drill. Here is the tip, the cleaning tip. And you see it's black. I've used this before. And it's got the rubber head on it. It also has this tip right here, which is meant for putting in a power drill. So I can use this tip to clean out my cap, and then it's got the extensions on it. Now, these are designed to be flexible so that you can go from the bottom up. Problem with my stove is that I've got a damper in the way, and this thing gets all jammed up in the damper. So I can't really go from the bottom up. Plus, I need to go from the top down to check my cap. The cap is critical to keep clean and keep clear of any creosote buildup. That way you don't, it doesn't stop everything from coming through. It has a free flow through the top. Here are all the poles. And each one of these things has got a little ball bearing locking mechanism to fit into the next one. But they are flexible so that you can go around corners and bends if you have them in your pipes. And they simply snap together like this, pushing on that little, and then you're good to go. Okay, so this little head right here, it's got the removable part. This is the part that goes in the drill, and you disconnect that from the head. This is the part that goes in the drill, and this goes on the end of on the flexible extensions. So we're gonna get up there and show you how to do this. I'm gonna be tied off just for safety. If you guys have any way to tie yourselves off, Make sure you tie good knots and make sure you know what you're doing as far as tying those knots. So I purchased this. It has a fall protection and it's meant for a 48-inch fall if I was to fall, and then this thing would come apart and stop my fall and arrest my descent. The hardest part about falling isn't the falling, it's the stopping part. So this actually slows down your stop. And then this is what I'm going to be hooking onto, but this end is going to go right there. And I hate ladders. Okay, I've got myself a strap wrapped around this log. This log is a 10-inch log, and this thing is good for 15 tons, 30,000 pounds. This little strap right here, and I have it doubled up in a cinch. I'm going to drop my safety line over the corner right here. I'm going to hook it to this right here. Guys, make sure you're familiar with your safety harness. Make sure that it is adjusted nice and snug against your body. Make sure that you can still put your fingers in here so that you can so that your legs can have circulation, but you don't want it to be too loose. I've got my safety harness, I've got my drill, my tools, I've got my cleaner. Time to go up. I always go up on the low side of the house. It's the easiest to get up to because that is a long ways up. So we're gonna go up on the low side here. Got myself a heavy duty ladder here. Thanks to Jeremy from Living the Dream Homestead, hooked me up with this awesome lineman ladder. This ladder's sweet. It's got the leveling legs on it. It's also got line hooks on the top if I ever need it. But making sure that my base is very well square and planted, we're good to go. All right, here we go. Wow, look at that. I thought I was square and planted, I'm not. Okay, now I'm square and planted. It's only about 15 feet up, but it looks like a mile. Yikes. I hate this part. So you guys check out all the creosote built up here. This is from one season of burning wood. Now this is all still open and clear, so it's not horrible, but it needs to be cleaned off prior to the new wood burning season. So here we go. Okay, got my harness. It is secured to the strap on the other side of the log. I'm going to adjust this. You're squeezing this right here and you're sliding the rope through. Since this is as far as I'm going to go, I'm going to hook on this. I'm actually going to hook straight to this. This is actually a lanyard, and this lanyard is made for my harness. So I'm not going to go hook to hook. I could go hook to hook, but I'm going to do the hook right to the loop, and make sure this sucker is nice and tight. That way this doesn't slide. This is an adjustable lanyard connection point on this rope, and man, I know a lot of you guys aren't going to have the funds or whatnot to buy something like this. I actually got this from a roofing company, and they gave me a really good discount on it. They gave me their cost on it. And then this harness I had was from work before. But definitely, if you've got some sort of a harness or at least a safety belt and have a rope with some really good knots tied in it, at least have a bare minimum for safety. Okay, well this isn't horrible. I'm definitely going to okay. I've got 99% of it off, and that is nice and clean. There's no obstructions now. All right, let's check out the stovepipe now. Oops. Oh, there goes my cap. Struggle is real, guys. All right, let's do the stovepipe before we go down. So you can see all this extra creosote right here. Most of this is all going to fall down into the fireplace, but it's not horrible in here. Make sure it's tight. Solid. One thing that I've been told is that most of your creosote buildup is going to be at the top of the pipe. You're not going to have a whole lot down through the bottom because that's where the hot air is, and the hot air bakes it off. And it's where the pipe is cool, where the vapors condensate and form crystals. That's what creosote is there are crystals of water and sap and unburned wood. So that's why at the very top is the most important part to get, but I'm going to run these all the way down. Okay guys, so there is a quick little tutorial on how to clean your stovepipe. And just a little word of caution for those of you that have lanyards and safety harnesses and whatnot, and you're used to working with those, you're used to not tripping on them. For those of you that are not used to working in a safety harness, these lanyards, you can trip on these things as well as tripping on the rope or whatnot. You can see I'm not connected right now, obviously. So as you guys can see, this lanyard is on the ground, and you can see that stepping on top of this would be a problem. So you really want to be careful where you're stepping when you're working with safety harnesses. All in all, they're there to save your life. You just have to just be aware of where you're stepping, make sure you're not tripping on your own lanyard or the rope. So getting used to working around safety harnesses and safety ropes is definitely something that comes with time, but just be careful when you're doing this. If you don't feel comfortable doing this safely, definitely call a professional and have them come out and do it, because they do this all day, every day. So guys, thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.